What's up, YouTube fam? Thanks for joining me. My name is Jess Smith and I am a master manifester. Now, I want you all to become master manifestors as well, but there's some things that you need to know in order to achieve that. And I'm going to talk about the 3 steps that you need in order to manifest your dreams. Before I get into those 3 steps, I do have a couple of important notes to make. The first one is get detailed on what it is you want to manifest. You are going to manifest the things that you're thinking about and the things that you're vibrationally in alignment with. So you want to get really detailed as to what it is that you're dreaming about. For example, if you're trying to dream into existence a healthy new relationship, you really want to think about every single detail you can possibly think of. You don't just want to think about how cute they are or how nice they are. You also want to think about how they communicate and how you would like to receive love, how you want to support each other in a relationship. All the little fine details are extremely important when it comes to manifesting your dreams, because believe it or not, you're gonna manifest something and it might not be exactly what you were hoping for, and that's because we didn't take the time to think about the fine details. So the universe will give us all kinds of stuff and we'll be like, this is kind of what I wanted, but then they turned out to be, not exactly what I had envisioned. The question would be is, did you take the time to really think about what it is that perhaps you deserve in a relationship and how you want to be loved in that relationship, and not just how cute they are or how much money they have or what kind of car they drive. The other important note is that your emotions are what are constantly attracting things into your life. So if you feel worried or concerned, if you feel scared and afraid, then you might be attracting those negative experiences on accident, or what we like to say is by default. Because maybe you learned somewhere in your childhood that this was going to happen if you did this, or that this is a reality and this is not a reality. So it's really thinking about what thoughts and what mental images are serving you versus what thoughts and mental images are not serving you. These thoughts and mental images are going to create emotions, and our emotions are a frequency that we let off. For example, if you want to listen to a radio station, your favorite radio station, maybe it's 106.1, but you're thinking about listening to 106.1, but you tune your radio station to 94.9, well, you're not going to hear what 106.1 has to offer because you're not tuning your radio station to that frequency. So it's important to be emotionally intelligent. And if you're interested in becoming more emotionally aware and intelligent and learning natural tools and techniques that will help you vibrate on a higher vibration or make good vibes your default, then be sure to subscribe to my website and keep an eye out for the online emotional intelligence course that will be available to you by this fall. Last note before we get into the 3 steps is you want to share with only people who support your dreams. For example, when I tell my husband that this is what I want, he puts good energy towards that dream. And vice versa, if he tells me this is my dream, this is what I want to do, I believe that that is possible. So I accept that anything is possible. We'll get into accepting anything is possible in a minute and why that's important. But when he shares with me and when I share with him, we put good energy into those dreams. We never poo-poo each other's dreams or say, I don't know if that's possible, or, I don't think that can happen because of my limited beliefs in reality. Instead, we accept that we don't have limits, and so we are constantly putting good energy into each other's dreams. And so maybe you have friends that are like this. So I would say share your dreams with those people, but don't be very cautious about sharing your dreams with people who are going to take energy away from it, because it's going to dim down the frequency of that dream. Sharing your dreams with people can help you manifest that dream faster if they believe in that dream and they're putting energy towards it. But sharing your dreams with people who are going to take energy away from it will keep your vibration at a lower frequency, especially if their vibrations, their emotions affect yours easily. Again, be sure to subscribe to my website so that you can keep an eye on that emotional intelligence course. It's all online. You can complete it at your own pace, and it will be available this fall. Also, make sure you click the like button and the subscribe button below. Now let's get into the 3 necessary steps that you need to know in order to manifest your dreams. These steps might appear easy, but they are all a mental challenge in the end. So, the first step is to think it. We talked about getting into fine details about your dream, and that's exactly what the first step is. Thinking about your dream that you want to manifest, thinking about the things that you want, and thinking about them all the time. In fact, I would encourage you after this video to sit and meditate for 5 minutes on the dream that you're hoping to manifest. You want to get into fine detail about what it is that you desire. So if it's a relationship, for example, not just thinking about how cute they are, not just thinking about what car they drive or what they do for a living, or even just how they're presenting themselves, but thinking about how you guys are going to communicate once this relationship manifests. How do you communicate to each other? How does this person love you? Do they love you the way you want to be loved? How do you want to be loved? What's your love language? Getting those fine details is really going to attract the right person into your life, because you're going to understand more and more every time you think about it what it is that you desire and what it is that you deserve. Remember to dream big. Nobody's in your head except you saying, that's not possible, don't dream about that. You're the only one who can stop yourself from dreaming something really amazing, right? So dream something amazing. If you needed my permission, here it is. Dream big. Don't put limits on your dream. Just dream. Like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And this is really an important note to absorb into the fabric of our being. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
It's true, anything is possible. You can't predict the next 10 minutes of your life. You don't know if you're going to bump into somebody randomly who is amazing and changes the course of the rest of your life. You never know if you're going to get a phone call that's going to, have some really good news attached to it. Whatever the case may be, anything truly is possible for you and for anybody watching this video. Anything is possible. You can't predict a miracle. If you could predict a miracle, it wouldn't be a miracle. It would be a prediction, right? So accept that anything is possible, accept that you can't predict the future, and in that way, you keep all the doors of possibilities open for you. Now, when you say to yourself, well, I don't think that's possible and I don't think that's possible, doors are literally closing. Energetic doors of reality are closing off to you that may remain open for somebody else. And that's why reality is relative. Reality is different for everybody. I've said this in a number of my other previous videos, but I'll say it again. Reality comes from the word realis, which is a Latin word meaning relating to things. Relating to things. Realis. The suffix ity is defined as a state of being something, and it's also defined as the state of being something possible. So when you think about the word reality and somebody's saying to you, well, that's not my reality, or that's not reality in a general sense, what they're really saying is, I can't relate to those possibilities, and neither can you. But they can't speak on your reality. They can't speak on what you are able to or not able to relate to, and the possibilities that you're able to relate to. So when you're thinking about your reality and you're thinking about your dreams, you want to make it big. I mean, why not, right? Nobody's in your head saying you can't dream that except you. You want to dream big. Don't put limits on it, because the truth is your reality is different from everybody else's reality. Your reality could be extremely magnificent and miraculous because you accept that anything is possible. And so you're relating to all of the various possibilities that are there, keeping all the doors of possibilities open for you. Step 2 is you want to feel your dream. So you're thinking about your dream, you're sitting there meditating after this video for 5 minutes. You want to think about your dream until you feel it. Your body will start to begin to get excited. You'll start to feel joy. You'll start to feel what it feels like to already have your dream coming true. Now, when we are feeling as if we have already received that which we want to manifest, then our emotional resonance is in alignment with our desire. As soon as we begin to think about how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, why it should happen, we start to become out of alignment with our desires. And then it takes a lot longer. We're creating a longer path towards manifesting that desire. So to create a short distance between where we are and what we're trying to manifest, it's important to keep our emotional resonance on the same levels. Now, how do we do that? Well, again, it goes back to emotional intelligence. When we feel ourselves coming out of alignment with our desires because we're beginning to worry, we're beginning to feel fear or sadness or any lower vibrational emotion, then it's important to understand how do we get ourselves out of that spiral downwards. Being emotionally intelligent takes daily practice and effort. Again, if you're interested in learning natural methods for helping you make good vibes your default, be sure to check out my Emotional Intelligence online course available this fall. In order to create a shorter distance between where we are and what we want to manifest, it's important to keep our emotional resonance at that same level. Now, it's true, life happens and we go up and down in life on an emotional spectrum. If we're emotionally intelligent, we understand that some things are happening so that we can redefine what it is that we want in life. If things are seemingly negative and they are constantly bombarding us in our life, then it's time to sit down and get really clear about what we want our life to look like. If we're constantly worried about how it's going to manifest, then we're constantly bringing ourselves out of vibrational resonance with the things that we want, and we're creating a longer pathway to getting the thing that we want or the experience that we want to experience. Now, on the other hand, we might be attracting negative experiences and not even realize it. We might be believing something that doesn't serve where we want to be or who we are becoming. Maybe it was a belief or a thought that somebody impressed upon you. And so now it's in your subconscious mind and it's directing 95% of your actions. Now, I don't even want to begin to place into your subconscious mind what those experiences may or may not be, because I want you to attract your dreams, not your anti-dreams. However, it is very common in our society to accept that the worst case scenario is the only possible scenario. We've been really well trained in our society to accept negative things happening in our lives. We watch news and movies and we look at images and videos that are constantly pumping negative imagery into us. So our thoughts, rather than being focused on what we're dreaming about or what we want to manifest, are instead focused on the things we don't want. When we're thinking about the things that we don't want, we are actually resonating on the same vibration as those things. We are unknowingly becoming in alignment with the things that we don't want. That's why it's so important to constantly be aware of what we're thinking about, being emotionally intelligent in that regard, and then understanding how to get ourselves out of those thought patterns and emotions and putting ourselves back onto a good vibration, making good vibes our default. We attract everything that we put our minds to. Einstein said, mind over matter. What he really meant was mind creates matter. And so whatever it is you're putting your mind to, you are manifesting, whether you wanted that thing or not. For example, we've been talking about relationships and manifesting an ideal relationship. But if you are constantly envisioning your partner that you're currently with doing the things that you don't like, then you are constantly putting your mind to that vision and you are aligning your frequency, your radio station to that experience. And this is where manifesting can be dangerous, because you're constantly going to get the things that you put your mind to. But are the things that you're putting your mind to serving you and your vessel and who you are becoming and who you desire to become? The final step, and one of the hardest steps of all, is to allow it. Now, each one of these steps is more mental than it is anything else. It's not like you have to run a mile and then you've achieved it. It's constantly getting yourself to think what you would like to think about and to feel what you would like to feel. And then the final step, which is allowing. Yes, it has to do with accepting that anything is possible, but it also has to do with your level of faith. The faith that you have in yourself to take divine action based off of divine inspiration. It also has to do with what you believe you deserve in life. If you feel like this is the relationship that you are going to have, it's not ideal, you don't enjoy it all the time, and maybe it's not even healthy for you. But if you don't believe that you can have something better than this, then you're never going to be able to dream about that something better, and you're never going to feel that something better, and thus you'll never be able to attract it, because you won't ever be in vibrational resonance with it. So you have to have faith that things can change for you. You have to have faith in your abilities to make things happen for you based on divine inspiration and divine action. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But you also have to understand that you deserve it. Once you accept that you deserve this thing that you desire, then you can start to dream about it. Then you can take yourself out of wherever you are emotionally and place yourself into a better state, into a better vibrational resonance. One that aligns with the thing that you desire, the person that you desire, or the experience that you desire. Now, really quickly, let's talk about divine inspiration to take divine action. You might be thinking about attracting something, and it's true, you can't just sit around and just wait for things to happen. Sometimes you do have to take action to make things happen, especially if it's creating a YouTube channel and you want to have, 1,000,005 followers, and that's definitely something I want, and so I have to take action. Well, I have to take divine action. It's better to take divine action when you're inspired than to do something that's against all of the forces of the universe. When you're meditating after this video and you're thinking about all these things that you want to manifest, or this one particular thing, and you're feeling it in your body, and you accept that anything is possible and you're willing to allow it to occur, then you allow yourself to be open to any divine inspirations coming through you and to you. When that occurs, you may later on today, or later on after you meditate, or maybe right as you're meditating, feel a divine inspiration. You'll have this idea that'll just come to you, and then you'll want to take action based off of that idea. I would encourage you to wait for that divine inspiration to come into you and through you before you begin to take action. Maybe more information is needed before you take action. And so if you take action too soon, before it's really feeling like an urge inside of you, and before you feel even inspired to take action, you might be just pushing against all the forces of the universe, and it will just feel like you're working in an uphill battle. When we wait for divine inspiration and then we take divine action based off of that, then everything flows really easily. It's like a ball rolling downhill. You're like, well, I just had this idea to do this, and so then I did it. And then this occurred after that. And then because of that, all of these other things occurred as a result of you waiting for divine inspiration and then taking divine action. Finally, when it comes to the step of allowing, it takes a bit of patience. We live in the 3D realm, so things don't manifest like that just yet. Maybe when we get into a different dimension as our earth transitions and ascends, if you're following that ascension process, maybe things will start to occur like in the instant we think about it. But for right now, we're in this 3D realm and things take gravitational forces. In order to create a strong enough gravitational force to attract the thing that you desire, it takes mastering the first 2 steps and implementing the first 2 steps as much as possible. And then the final 3rd step, which is just having patience and having faith that it is going to occur. This is a mental battle more than anything else, because you might find yourself worrying and thinking about all the things that could go wrong. You could be closing doors of possibility by thinking about how this is going to occur and only being open to like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 possibilities, but then you're shutting all the other possibilities that were open to you before you started to worry. So allowing is just having confidence, it's having faith in what you deserve, it's knowing that you deserve it, it's understanding that you are worthy. Really sitting down with yourself and telling yourself, I am worthy, I deserve more than this. Now, that's a whole longer topic for another video. This idea that you don't deserve it and that you're not good enough may have come from childhood experiences. Being patient is key. Gravitational forces are going to start picking up speed. The more you think it, the more you feel it, and the more you allow it to come into your realm of existence. But then gravitational forces might slow down the more you worry about how it could come into your reality. Thanks for watching my video. If this video was helpful to you and if it added value into your life, please be sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be coming out with a video every week that's going to help you learn how to manifest, learn different yogic techniques for healing, learn about chakra healing, and we'll even get into how to do tarot so that you can gain more clarity just by doing tarot for yourself. My name's Jess Smith. Thanks for watching.